All right, we're back for another CDL review show with that boy Zypher. What's good, Zypher, man? We just did the calculations off recording, and you were laughing at me, Zypher. Tell the chat you did here. Oh, I did not do good, Zypher.
I mean, everyone knew this was gonna happen to you.
Oh, that's so messed up, man. 17-7. Oh my day. So we just kind of quickly go through our predictions. So in terms of what we both thought, we both had Optic winning, with MVPs being from Optic. We both got wrong there. We thought it'd be Optic FaZe in the finals. We kind of lost out in the semi-finals there. So just to quickly go through Toronto, Carolina. You can see it there. You guys can see it there if you want to really look into it, but it's not really that deep. But let's go through the actual review then. So like I said, Zypher, congratulations. You won by a 10-point lead there. That's tippable. That's good work from you. You got a couple of guesses right. You got Toronto, Carolina fully right. Falcon Surge fully right, Optic Koi fully right, LA Thieves Rocker fully right, and FaZe Falcons fully right. Where me both messed up on was everything after that, and I went for a couple of rogue takes like C9, but we're not going to talk about that. Let's go through the quick bracket, our overall thoughts, any specific matches, then we'll go back to fantasy and see what's kind of going on there. So I feel like the first round was a snooze fest. Any upsets for you? I want to talk about one series with you specifically. I think Koi, we kind of knew what was going on. Same with G2. I know look, Cloud9 Cheese, I was being a bit stupid. Forget about that. Heretics looked really good. The main one was Falcon Surge. So from your opinion, I know it was a couple of days ago, the Falcon Surge. What was your takeaway from that? Because Surge came on a 2-0 streak. They were looking kind of good, man. They were looking kind of good. Everyone kind of had them. Falcons played FaZe close, but people thought there was a bit of turmoil in the camp. Talk to me about that Falcon Surge series.
Yeah, I can't lie. When we was doing the prediction, I actually didn't know who to go for because Surge, the first week of the qualifiers, they looked pretty good.
Yeah.
They beat Ravens.
They were 2-0. You did say, to be fair, that their schedule wasn't the hardest, but it was still like 2-0 in the time.
And they did start off hot with the map one victory, but I'm pretty sure Falcons absolutely threw like the last P4 or something. But they
I think they were up like 100. Yeah, I didn't manage to watch that. It was a crazy map, but I was streaming during this. But I remember I think you were watching these. So like the search, bro, like Plaza. Have you played Plaza yet? Besides that one time in rank play we played it. It is the most arse map for me. Like I don't get why they would even play Falcons on there. Like I think they should. I don't know. That's weird to me. The overload was a little bit mixy, and then they kind of got run in the hard point. Do you think this was like Surge being shit? Do you think Falcons was better, or do you think what do you think of this series overall from the side of Surge?
I mean, I always had Falcons winning the Overload. I think like they're one of the better Overload teams, so I always had that in their favor. The hard points, I didn't really know who to go for. But I think at the end, like that Plaza S&D was literally so huge in the series. Like, I don't know why Surge I think that's the only S&D that Falcons had a chance.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was so confused. Like, they just gave them, like, the brain-dead Surge. They got, like, Kiz, Pred. Like, why would you play that team on a... Yeah, I completely agree. Like, that's just the map I just don't understand why they played them on, in my opinion. Hardpoints, I agree. Kind of a mix-up, and then... Yeah, so I think they kind of just screwed himself over in the search, to be honest. But they ended up going home. Falcons looked all right there. Pred had a good series. They did their thing. I actually think Falcons had an okay event. Even like they started off pretty well against FaZe and they kind of got ran. So I mean that is one of the best teams in the game. So I do think Falcons are looking okay. It'll be interesting to see how they look throughout the season, but not bad. That was the only matchup I really cared about in the first one. That was a bit of a flip of a coin. The rest were pretty straightforward. Let's go to the second side of it. We all predicted for the majority of it, kind of the top seeds winning. I think let's start off with Optic Koi. I know we both kind of had them winning. You did have 3-1. How do you think Koi looked? Beating Ravens, going through that. I know there's a big conversation about Jamie Insight, stuff like that. From your opinion, watching the game, just what's your thoughts on Koi?
I was pretty high on them before this minor. I had them like top 5, top 6, just outside the top 4. But I don't know, they got absolutely smoked this series except from the Scar Overload.
That was such a dirty map.
I know the Den was like a 30-point game, but like for most of the game, like it was like 100.
Pretty sure they were up up 150 or some shit at one point. Yeah, they kind of slowed down a little bit and like let them back into. Yeah, I agree. That looks a lot cleaner than it was. Like that could have easily been another dirty hardpoint game. Yeah. That was like Optics slowing down at the wrong time and stuff. But even if you look at the stats, bro, that boy Insight just. I've seen a lot of people, especially on the flag, they kind of talk about it, but I've been saying this for time. Like, I think if they had like a nasty or someone, especially with Joe's contract running out, I keep saying this, but like, Joe is such a star, man. He's such a star. And you got Kips as well, a rookie coming in with such talent. Like, just like all the pieces are there. Like, I just want them to try and see if it works. Like, I just don't understand the loyalty. I respect it at one side, but the other side, I'm like, do they not want to fucking win? Like, do you think if Insight goes and they brought in another AR, like, do you really think they could contend for championships, or do you think they're not at that level?
I think someone on the flank said it perfectly. Like, inside dropping these numbers, like, puts so much pressure on like Joe and Kips to perform against like the top 4 or 5 teams. Because like, if they don't do that, like, they'll just get smoked. Like in this Optic series, like, you just can't compete with like the team slaying power if Insight's not not shooting. Like, we saw it in the major. Like, if Insight is shooting, or if they have an AR that's like shooting, doing numbers, like, they easily can make a run in like major tournaments. Like, they got third in Birmingham, but
Yeah.
as of right now, it just puts so much on Joe, man. Like, Joe and Kips, especially.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And especially with this meta as well. Like, this is such a sub-heavy meta. Like, if your ARs are playing well and you're putting the pressure on your subs to just do their thing, the teams with the best subs are winning right now. You saw it with Thieves. Their subs played better. Their ARs are always going to be their staple, but they just don't have a bailout AR anymore. Like, they used to have Scrap. They just, like, if they could just upgrade that AR, I really think this team could be absolutely there every single Sunday. Like, but yeah, in terms of Toronto, man, like, look, they won the overload, but at that point, I think everyone watching knew it wasn't really like, it was kind of just whatever map. No one really was worried about the reverse sweep. And the map 4 was, I think it's the best Harpoon I've seen all year. Just the efficiency, the way that I remember that. Do you remember that first P3 broke when they used a double nade, then Merc got someone off the hill? It was so clean. It looked like rank play, like a false stack against solo queues. Like, it was just, that was one of the cleanest hardpoints you've seen. Merc with a legacy as well. Shotzzy with a legacy. If Shotzi's getting 10 deaths, do you know how stupid that is, the way he plays to get 10 deaths? Like, do you know how inefficient your team's being to not trade him on a Scar? Like, he's not playing at the back of the map as well. He's in your spawn getting 10 deaths. That's just crazy to me. So yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If if they don't make a run at this major Koi,
Toronto, yeah.
I actually and they can't buy out Nasty or something, I actually see them picking up Beans. Like, I'm trying to think who
I
they could pick
don't
up.
know the Beans hate. I don't know if they're like he was toxic. I thought he was a shooter. Like when he
Yeah,
was
he's
on this
always
team,
been a shooter.
yeah. But they need a shooter right now. Like I think that's what they need, bro. He was confident. He was a shooter. He had that like proper gunny to him. When he got dropped, like I remember, I was mind blown because they bought Abin, who was a sub at the time as well. It just didn't make sense to me. Like, and I think Insight does deserve some like goodwill and like time, but that was maybe 2 years ago. He's had that, bro. He's had that for years now, and I just think it's like I don't think anyone could say, "Oh, we didn't give him a chance." If this team had Beans, for example, or like a proper shooter AR, who knows what this team could do, man? They could absolutely compete with the Optic for sure. Like when I'm looking at this as an Optic fan, I wasn't scared. Like I just knew Insight was gonna kind of put up the bullshit, or he needs to change his playstyle, like we saw with Miami, which we can get to in a second. So that's kind of it on the Optic series for me. Thieves kind of ran G2. I know it was expected, like they were going to beat them. The way they ran them was pretty impressive as well, to be fair to them. That told me, again, they're serious. They're coming in. G2 looked pretty poor. Their ARs just had no chance. We can get to G2 at a later date, because I think this should focus on the top teams here. FaZe, Falcons. Again, I think that series was pretty dominant from the side of FaZe. I think that kind of just showed me the difference in the teams right now, where the top 3 or 4 teams in the rest of the league. The big series I want to talk about with you, though, is Gentlemates Heretics. I believe we both had Heretics to win. Sorry, Gentlemates to win. But we both said that's going to be a flip of a coin. Now, I personally thought that if Heretics play the way they have been, I just thought it was going to be down to, like, I didn't know who's going to turn up on the day. That's kind of the problem with these teams. These Heretics, these Falcons, these Gentlemates. There's no real consistency. It seems to be up or down. I think the team that is that the most is Gentlemates. They went from Major 1 winners to awful to just like, they are so hot and cold. What was your thoughts on this series when you watched it back, the Gentlemates Heretics?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said before that I wasn't sold on the mates
I'll
fight.
get up for you as well so you can see it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
said
go for it.
before that I wasn't sold on their hype, even though they were 2-0 on the first week of qualifiers. But
Yeah.
I don't know, this team, like, it's just such a weird team now. Like, some days they like just come out shooting. Some days just get absolutely shit on. I think online, like they look really, really bad. Like I think Neptune just can't do it himself, especially online. Like
Yeah.
they need some type of slaying,
Do
and
you think he's
Sib
their
is
best
meant to be
player?
that guy. Yeah,
I
100%.
I think he's like being their best player by far. And whenever your sub is like that consistent slayer as well, it's kind of weird because your AR should be the backbone, the AR. Like it's
Yeah,
easier to slay with the AR. Like the fact that their subs their key slayer like that when their team's not playing well, it just shows how good he is in my opinion.
yeah. Like I remember, like Major One online, like Ghosty was like literally like
Yeah,
killing
yeah,
them.
yeah.
He was like
He
he was
was.
like top three, top four players in the game, and even on LAN, like Sib had a takeover in the grand finals, but like
No, yeah,
since
no,
then,
completely.
like their ARs haven't been like up to that standard, and it's like really shown.
It is weird. Yeah, I completely agree. You know what I think it kind of reminds me of? Do you remember like New York subliners? Like they try to play two perfect quads sometimes.
Yeah,
It kind of gives me that vibe a little bit where like you saw it on the at the very best. Like their hard point's probably the best in the game. You know when they're playing well, like it's so good. But
yeah,
I think they're trying to play perfect COD too much when there's like I just look at the arrows. I'm like, what is going on? Like it just I don't know. It looks really trolly, and it looks like they're not on the same page. I don't know if their egos are in the way. Like something's up, and I think this was kind of before the roster happened. Like in last year, everyone kind of knew this could happen with this team. They were like, they'll be godlike or awful. It's kind of like one of the two, and we're kind of seeing it actually play out like that. Like we saw Major One, they win. Then we see Major Two, they're awful. Major Three, they're looking bad as well. Like it's just kind of all over the place, man. Would you see a roster change? Would you kind of like what do you predict for this team?
I think it depends on the major, to be honest. I think if they have another top six fallout,
Yeah,
I think they make a change.
especially because the next major after this is going to be their home major as
Yeah,
well. You know, Gentlemates, the org itself are like they're obviously wanting to win that, like with that fucking extra fire. So I do think this major is completely make or break. If they don't have a good finish, I agree that there might be something going on there. Because if you're Gentlemate, you're Gataga, you got all that money and that big of an org, like you have the leverage to get players in. Like I know they're probably looking at long term like a Hydra or something next year, but like even for this year, having their first major, like winning that is going to be huge for them. So I do think there's a lot of pressure on this major, mainly on the ARs, man. Mainly on the ARs. I know Envoy can be very inconsistent, but for me, like I do think he's one of those players. Like you're not expecting him to be the main slayer like the Neptune, but when everyone else is doing their role well, he can perform really well. For
yeah,
right now, like when he's the only problem, I agree. But right now, I think the ARs are just not consistent enough. But when you have Sib dropping the lowest, like he is your slayer, bro. What's going on, man? Like he's supposed to be dropping the numbers. Like, I don't know why there's no kill whoring on these ARs. I'm really confused. Like sometimes you need that. Like, you need them to be like a rank or a super scrap. Just fucking kill whore, bro. And Sib is so good at that. Like he's one of my favorite ARs in terms of just watching him run it down. So I'm confused why they're not doing that, in my opinion. But happy to move on that. What about Miami? How you like Miami in this series?
yeah. I think the meta change like helped them. Like in my opinion,
Which is funny because I
the
didn't
teams
expect
that
that.
benefited the most out of it, simply because it changed the playstyle the most out of
Yeah,
all the
yeah, yeah.
teams.
That's fair.
Like you have super banging. Like when has this guy ever done that? You
Would
just
you think
sprint at
that's
the
a
back of
meta
the map.
change, or do you think that's just more a realization?
No, I think it's a meta change. The guy had like an NPC out for like so many times in like
Bro, they had so
the
many
roster.
times they had four NPCs out. They were just running it
Yeah,
down. For me, my MVP of the weekend, like I know they didn't win, but it would have been Trakes. I thought he was
yeah,
so
same.
good this weekend. Like the pacing he was saying, the amount of play, he was so good to watch and search. His respawn, his decision, he was so good,
I mean,
man.
I
He
was literally
so
hate
impressive.
watching. I was hate watching him because
Of
I know you had
fantasy,
him in his fantasy, but like, bro, I'm just like this guy, just like
he was playing
simp,
so
just
good, man.
Spanish simp.
Yeah, yeah. He was literally a Spanish super. He was so good, man. Every series, this guy was doing it. I was like, fairs, bro. Even the search. Every time I watch him on a fringe search, like he's just making plays, man. I really like traits, man. Proper contention for MVP for rookie of the season for me. I bet that was it for the main one for me. Then we go across. This is where our predictions kind of ended in terms of being correct. We don't spend too long on the series. We kind of covered both teams, but Optic, Thieves, FaZe, Heretics. I think Thieves, Optic, we both knew it could be one of those. I personally just had Optic a little bit ahead based on the year. But Thieves just played better on the day, man. It almost was a reverse sweep. Thieves were the fair winners. Their S&D was really good. They won the first hard point. Any crazy thoughts on this round, or do you think it was just two top teams going at it?
I mean, the Thieves Optic series was a weird one, but yeah, it kind of was a weird one because when I saw the map set,
I think the other way around. I thought Optic would win the Den. I thought Thieves might win the Colossus.
Yeah. That's what I thought as well. I thought Optic was easily gonna win the Den.
Yeah, same. I got worried when they lost that. To be fair,
it came down to the S&Ds, but it didn't come down to the S&Ds at the end of the day. There's two new S&D maps. I'm not sure why. I don't know why Optics.
Do you want to see what they vetoed?
Veto in S&D is Scar now. They vetoed it every single.
Yeah, that is weird because they fucking was so good on it at the major one. Like
they used to run it. Like
they do have weird vetoes sometimes. I can't. Like, you know what I think it is? I think it's like they really look like long term into the major. So I honestly think sometimes they like. I know it sounds so faded, but I think they auto veto. Yeah. I think they auto veto Scar. Like, let's not show more of our stuff on Scar. We know what we're doing. I don't think it's like we're bad at Scar. I think it's actually we're good at Scar. Let's just do other maps to get our reps in. That's what I honestly think. And I think lower seeded teams don't have the luxury to do that because they have to win every match. Where if you're Optic, like you're playing for the major. That's what I personally think. I don't know if you agree. But I also think like they do this a lot. Whenever a new map comes in, I feel like they really like slowly get into it, and they're never really like amazing at the start. They normally veto it. They have like a weird auto veto. Like they are that type of team sometimes. So like with Fringe, LA Thieves have played that already like 3 times. Or like 2 times already, so I think that was just a rep difference. Same with Gridlock. Like I don't think any team played Gridlock, but yeah, the searchers look really good for Thieves. A little bit worrying as an Optic fan because searchers, but I do think they're good at search, man. That's why it's a weird. I think it's honestly just a map pool.
This literally happens every single stage. Like
I think it's a map thing for the search. Yeah,
the new S&D maps come in. And like they can't win an S&D, and then like all of a sudden
they look godlike at the end of it. Yeah,
they
like
become insane at S&D.
Because I know they're good at Raid. I like watching them on Raid. I think Scar they're really good on as well. Like if they can add a Fringe to their bag, because Fringe is a map that I think will be in a lot of series going forward. I think a lot of teams kind of like Fringe. Gridlock is a weird one. We haven't seen it too much. I think Fringe is going to be a big map because you see FaZe play it. Miami look really good on Fringe. Now Thieves got it. So I think if Optic can get good at Fringe, it's going to be really useful. So I agree with that. It sucks that they lost it, but I think long term for the major, it's going to be fine. I was really impressed with the Colossus. The comeback was so good as well. The Den scared me a little bit because I thought Optic had that in the bag. And the Overload, I mean, that's just a solid Overload. The fact that they won the Overload, I did think they're going to win the series, but
Overload, I'm not going to lie, because they got smoked on Scar against Koi.
Yeah, like that's what I thought was a 3-0. Like when it was 2-0 and it was like, oh shit, Scar, they just got ran 5-1. I was a little bit worried as well, but I was happy with that Overload. Colossus as well. I was like, it had a recipe for a reverse sweep. I honestly think if it wasn't Fringe, they had a good chance, but they got ran. They got ran in the searches, so you're not too worried. You think it's more of a map? What's your take on my take about the vetoes with Scar and stuff, or do you think it's just like, yeah? What do you think about that? Like they're vetoing Scar and stuff.
Yeah, I know you brought it up on what you're saying. Yeah,
you think it's just like a map pool test?
Yeah.
They don't care about the mind. They're looking for the champs, bro. They're looking for the champs. Yeah.
I don't see another reason why they would veto it.
Because you know, like Major One, like they ran Genomates, and then Genomates kind of used their strats and like knew what they were doing, and then they beat them in the finals. I think it's just like, let's just protect our strats, what we're doing, and whip it out the major. Kind of one of them ones, which is why they're probably vetoing it. And also, it makes sense. I do hear it because they're in a good seed anyways. They're not worried about making. They're going to make winners. Like they know that. It's just about getting their map pool. So fair enough, man. But the biggest shock of the weekend for me, I think you probably agree, the next series. That was just what the fuck. I actually was out, so I didn't manage to watch this. So you could take it away, man. Talk to me, bro. How was this series? Was it close? I didn't even see anything about the series. I was actually out for this. I watched the finals. I didn't get to see the series. So how was this series? This is the first time I'm seeing it as well, actually. Yeah?
This is why I got absolutely
because you had, remind everyone who you had. We'll go through fantasy after this, but who did you have again?
So I had Draws and Simp. And the guy I was versing had Tricks. So,
so this was just a fantasy playoff, basically.
Yeah, literally.
That's so funny.
The series was really
shout out to that boy 3am. He beat Zypher. We'll go through it after.
I mean, when Miami beat FaZe on Colossus, I was like, hold on, like, I think these are actually good. These are could actually.
Yeah, because that's such a bang out map where normally they struggle on it. Like I think that shows the thing.
Shit on, though. phase.
What
AR
they?
thing,
Oh
actually,
yeah,
so.
that's a yeah. I haven't seen this at all. This is the one series. So yeah, they had a dirty map. Damn, they had a terrible map. Okay, hey, that's good from Heretics though, man. Searchers are like I said, I kind of said, bro, they're so good on Fringe. I didn't even know they played it again this series, but they're so good at Search. I personally think that what makes them so good, even last year, they just play so like fundamental. They did it last year as well. The second Super joined the league, they were like, in my opinion, one of the best S&D teams. They just played together every single time. They made every single situation a 3v2. There was no ego, like, I'm going to make a play. Like, they played like a proper team. Their nade spots were so good. Like, they are just such a good search team to watch, in my opinion, because the way they play together every round. Their sniper, I would say, probably the best in the league in terms of the way he plays with it. He's so impactful. The angles they take, like, they set up plays, and you just know, like, the hours look so good in Search. How was the Search for you? Actually, I did watch the Overload. That was a fucking crazy Overload. Was that like a double time, overtime shit? Like,
Yeah, it was.
that looked insane. So Overload looked like went to the distance, kind of just one of those ones. The Search was a bit dominant, and the hardpoint, like you said, FaZe had a rough one. So concerning for FaZe or Heretics looking good? What's your kind of thoughts on this?
Nah, not really. No, I don't think it's concerning for FaZe.
You think it was just a Heretics kind of came out slamming one of those ones?
Yeah.
Fairs, man, fairs. Oh, congratulations to Heretics. That's a big win, man. That's going to do a lot for you. Going to do a lot for you going into it. Then we have the grand finals. Thieves versus Heretics. Did you think Heretics might win this one after watching the FaZe series?
I thought that the only way Heretics could win was a dirty Neslo. And it was looking like that until the last Overload.
Yeah?
And
Let's go through it.
They were 2-0 up on the last Overload as well.
Bro, this Overload was one of the craziest Overloads, bro. This was just attack after. This was insane. This was actually insane. I think the most impressive map for me, I think I completely agree with you. Like, the biggest thing for me was a Search. This Scar Search was kind of the, like, that was the decider. As soon as they won that, I was like, okay. But I agree, man, especially the best of 7. Like, you know, once they got past this hard point and it's 2-2, I honestly favor Miami so much. In a Search, Overload Search, I just can't believe that they end up losing from that point. Like, if you ask any Miami fan, we get to that point and we're 2-2, I say they take it. Losing the hard points, Nesloing through. But yeah, that Search and Destroy, man, that was just, again, Miami just, they didn't play as well in that Search and Destroy, man. That was just a really, really clinical Search from Thieves, man. You see it right there, they win the first 2 rounds and then they just lose 6 in a row. So that was more of, I think Scrap had a pretty takeover map. Yeah, he did, man. Who was your MVP for the tournament? Mine was Scrap. He was insane for me, bro. Even his grand final, he just fucking popped take. Yeah, he just popped take over, man. But I think Abizi had a good finals as well. Sorry, a good series, like tournament as well, man. He had a good series against Optic. Him and Hook as well. Sorry, him and Hydra as well. Like, they just feel like they're back, though. They just feel back with the NPC, man. They look scary, man. Team looks good. Any other thoughts on this finals?
Yeah, I think Scrap putting these numbers and that KD is so impressive considering like the meta. Like, it's actually insane.
I was saying that before as well. Like, I think, you know, a lot of people say the skill gaps decrease. I think you kind of had that take as well. But I think it may decrease for the subs. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I could see the argument. But I think now you're going to see who the real ARs are, who can, like, adjust and deal with this meta. Because before, you could get away with being up close with the M15, where now your positioning matters so much more. And you're seeing Scrap's a top AR, we know that. But, yeah, like you said, with this meta, I think it's so telling who the best ARs are. On the side of Miami, I know it's going to sound so faded, but I'm glad we're seeing a stat line like this, bro. The fact that we're seeing Rancor and Super have probably the most engagements, like, up there with, like, it's so good for them as a team. Well, what was he flexing? That's so random. But I'm so happy that they're doing that as a Miami, if you're a Miami fan, because that's good, man. They've been so slow for so long now. Like, you can see this is what got to the finals. They've changed their playstyle. I hope they stick to that type of playstyle, a bit more bang it out, like, not worrying about KD kind of thing. And Miami was a good team, man. Trakes for me was their best player throughout the weekend.
Am I seeing that correct? 1.06 in the finals from Trakes. Like,
bro, Trakes was fucking moving, bro. That's what, you know, people saying drop Trakes. I'm like, bro, if you're going to drop metals, I hear it, bro. We cannot drop Trakes. He has been so good. For me, he's been a rookie of the year, up there with Kips. Yeah. But he's been so good, man. He has been so fucking good for this team. Especially if you look at last year when they had, like, Real and Real got dropped, or, sorry, traded, whatever. Like, everyone was kind of looking like this Miami team's kind of over. And then he kind of, bro, this Trace guy's been really good for them, man. So that's the tournament right there. Shout out to Thieves. MVP was Scrap, deservedly. Great job there. Let's quickly check out Fantasy and see what's going on here, man. Because Zypher, my boy, man. You may have done bits in the prediction, but Damn, you're getting shit on out here, man. What's going on,
Live
Zypher?
trade offer as we speak right now. I'm making a live trade offer.
Live trade? Alright, let's go through and see. Let's have a look at the
Shah is
results.
watching the stream as well.
Shah is here.
in the stream.
That's so
He's not gonna
funny.
like this one. He's not gonna like
Oh no! Let's quickly let's go through. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. Let's go through this together. So Shaw absolutely put belt on the table and smacked Pew's ass right there. 11-4 coming in. He does have the winners, 2 of the winners, so makes sense there. Then we go across and we had the next game. Dino versus Arv wasn't even a conversation. Now, Gentlemates was a big part of that, getting absolutely belted, and then Optic beating Toronto. So this was always going to be an easier one. And then we have the next one. Hassad versus 3am. Ew, that's stinky, Zypher, bro.
Like, look at my team. How am I getting slapped?
Wait, do you know what's crazy? Wait, Kips, Kremp, and Lunas all lost in the second round. Bro, literally, it must have been Trakes. Was Trakes?
Lunas went out with a 1.08.
Oh, we had a dirty one. Let's see. Yeah, he had a 1.09.
God himself in Overload, apparently. And in Search.
Yo, you lost all the Overload? Overload's a dirty one, man. Yo, that's funny, man. It's just, that boy 3M came in and smoked you, and Banjo put absolute belt to Orcsy's ass. To be fair, it's Scrap and Super. I mean, they obviously won. Yeah, any Thieves people obviously had a good weekend. But hey, that's it for fantasy. Next weekend, who do we have coming up? Ooh, okay, Shaw Money versus Zypher, Orcsy versus Dino, Banjo versus 3, and me versus Poo Poo. This is gonna be a banger. I'm gonna smoke that boy Pew. I can't wait. Zypher, any closing words there? I heard you got a live trade.
Yeah, I have a live trade offer right now.
Oh, is it?
I think I might be brain dead for this trade, but like, I just have to do it. Like, I just have to do it.
Let me know when it's said. I'm gonna wait. We got a live chat. Shut up, Hassad needs to stop watching booty on TikTok. And this is what happens on a live stream chat. You never know what's gonna be said. Whoa! Johnny for Mamba. What's going on here? This guy's picking up Johnny. He's not even in the league. Dino's in Mars.
He's dropping Johnny.
Oh yeah, bro. Why are you picking up Mamba, bro? Mamba threw up the whole shit.
I think I've seen it. You have to go in like a trade or something.
Oh, is it for me? Oh, chat, what are we doing? Beezy for Hook. Thing is, yeah, Hook's my boy. But a Beezy is looking final. I'm gonna think about it, Zypher. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna do it right now. What we'll do is YouTube. You'll see it before the new prediction show later on in the week. I'm gonna have to think about it, Zypher. I like it though. It's not a bad trade from you.
Wait, let me give you some.
Alright, talk to me.
Yeah, because look, you're basically through, through anyway.
Yeah, I hear you.
So you're basically through. Yeah. But
yeah, it's just to help my boy out.
Imagine have the major Optic wins and you have Hook, Shotzi, and Merc. Like, come on, you're basically.
So I basically have to predict Optic over Thieves, who I think. So that's my team. So you're putting me in a difficult situation right now. Abizi's obviously coming in form, but Hook is my boy.
Even Optic get a top three or something, you basically win. Like, you have 3 Optic players.
I'm gonna think about this. Don't decline. Don't leave the trade. Let me think about this, Zypher. It's early in the week.
Wait,
you know what I'm saying?
One more thing.
Go on. Hit me with this. Damn, this guy's got stats, bro.
Optic's bomb planter is Hook, so he wins me that category. Every week.
Yeah, calm. I like it. It's good stats from you. Zypher. I'll have a think about it. I'll think about it. I'll let you know. Damn, man, it's a good offer. I'm not listening, Zypher. It's a good offer. I will tell you that. Easy for Hook. It's a phenomenal offer. Let me end the video there. YouTube, you guys know the drill. In terms of the predictions, Zypher's absolutely smoking me right now. This week, he absolutely slapped me by 10 points. That was a fun one, man. That boy Zypher. Appreciate you tuning in again, like always, with a phenomenal analysis. YouTube, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.